Hey everybody, it's Mr. Christie.
And this is Stouticus.
Taking a look at not week 10, week 9.
Yes, week 9.
So first game, Revenge of the Referees bye week. I believe that's right for we got the level there. Or got the MVP. Yeah, that Warrior got the MVP and got Dodge. I think you're at the point where Dodge is good on the Warrior.
Yeah, hopefully followed by Stand Firm and not Claw, and make it a pillar more than a killer. But uh, yeah, that's a good pickup for that warrior.
Yeah, you already got the block, you got the Mighty Blow. You got the like two of the skills that help you level up really fast. Well, as fast as Dash players can get.
Yeah, no, that piece won't be stunted by not getting more SBP because they took dodge there. But I'm just thinking that the next skill I would take would probably be Stand Firm and not Claw, which was probably the skill they were going to take this level, which means the next skill after that is Legend. So that warrior might not get Mighty Blow Claw for a long time.
You might not ever get it. You never know.
If ever, yeah. I would probably say never. If I was making that piece and it stayed around, it would probably never make it.
So first real game, Yield Guard versus the Commodious Thunder. A pretty big game. 2-1 win for Yield Guard.
Should I correctly back the Nurgle in this one? You took the Thunder.
Let me down.
Wolf Ramajax let you down. Well, giving up 30 more blocks to the Nurgle was going to do that, although the Chorfs did get more removals slightly. Same amount of removals, actually. Sustained on each side.
Yeah.
So it just looks like classic 2-1 grind.
Actually, Commodious Thunder took one more removal. Oh, Beast was very well behaved. Only two stupids.
Average. Exactly on average.
You should know that that's pretty good when it's 13 movements.
Yeah, it all depends on when those two failures were, how crucial those activations were, or whether they were just greed blocks. But yes, could be well behaved for 16 turns, or for 15 turns, but that one turn where you really need it to do something and it goes stupid can just ruin it, ruin the whole game. No, I've never been burned by that, if you can't tell. Never.
Yeah, this is a big game. Two of the top competitors.
Foul appearance also showed up too and fired more often than it should have, statistically. So that limited the Chorfs
I don't know how many
blocking as
times
well.
against Nurgle I don't see foul appearance happen. It happens quite a lot, actually.
You just remember when it does. Because again, like like the beast going stupid or tentacles not working, you remember when it fails more than when you pass it easily.
I don't know. Foul appearance is like that one thing where it's a 2+, but it always seems you pass that one.
Yeah, and then when it fires, it usually fires 2 or 3 times in a turn or in 2 turns.
Yeah.
Too. So.
Next game is Lords of the Decay versus Channel 8 News Team. Yeah, Channel 8 News Team. 3-2 for Lords of the Decay. I'm just guessing rat things happened.
Yes, they did, and Claw Mighty Blow, two Claw Mighty Blow Storm Vermin happened because Vice President Loco Lank got 3 Kaz, and Morris Skidar Warp Claw got 2, so 5 Kaz between them.
Yeah, that's a lot of casualties on the Bretts there.
Yeah, taking out two linemen, 2 blockers, and the killer Knight. So
Oof.
even through all that, though, Wu still managed to score twice and keep pushing the rats, but the rats with a natural one-turner that actually got removed in this game, but only badly hurt.
And shadowing didn't do a thing this game.
But Callisti now has 3 Legend Gutter Runners as a result of this game.
Oh, is he close to getting to 4? I'm not sure right now.
No, the 4th one is exactly 100 SPP away.
Alright, he's nowhere near it. He's not getting that this season.
No. No, not even close. Let's see, what did that Gutter Runner take? Oh, Leap, because Agi 5.
Oh, okay.
Agi 5, move 10, Big Hand, Blodge, Step, Leap.
Yeah, leap in, dodge out.
Yeah.
It's gross. It's disgusting.
It's more the leap can save you movement as opposed, instead of just dodging around the corner or something, you just leap over players. So yeah.
Well, if you're going into like there's like 3 people around the ball, you leap in, get the perfectly fine 2+ pickup, and then dodge out on just like the 1.
Yeah.
Tackle zone.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But yeah. So this is a disgusting team. He has 3 leaping gutter runners.
They're like Kislev rats.
Except apparently they don't go splat like Kislev do.
You gotta leap the rats more. Leap every turn with each rat.
We both backed Callisti in this one, by the way.
Next up is Oathblow versus the Eldar Statesman. 2-1 for the Eldar Statesman. Looks like they're back now.
Yeah, they had their computer troubles, ended up taking at least 2. Was it 3 weeks?
It might have been 3.
But they come back with a vengeance, winning their game over the Norse 2-0. And just doing high elf things, but also out bashing.
Yeah, it looks like Armor 7 didn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so there's a death on the Norse team.
Yeah, it's the Yeti.
From the Yeti, but the elves didn't do it. I guess he failed the GFI and died. That's the only thing I could think of on why he would die like that.
Foul?
I thought that counted for inflicted.
No. Sustained, yes. Oh, kills inflicted, huh?
Oh, no, never mind. It was a kill inflicted. Okay, I guess they did just hit it and it died.
Yeah. If it says inflicted, then yeah, the opposing team did it. So.
Oh, you know, You know, I think I just was looking at the wrong side.
Oh, okay. But the Norse basically just lost most of their removal. Like the Berserker got removed 1995. The Ulf Warner with Mighty Blow and Piling On and Tackle got removed. The Yeti died. So a lot of the bash on the Norse got removed from the game.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Norse rely on.
Yeah. In a big way. And a lightning bolt failed.
There was one wild animal roll. I feel like the Yeti died turn 2. That's just unfortunate too.
It's possible. We both backed the High Elves in this one. We didn't know whether the game would be played or not, but we picked it anyway, and both took the...
Yeah, oof. I feel bad because I kept championing for the Yeti to get on the team, and now he's dead.
We played 2 games.
They didn't even play the
Now
second one much.
Well, he appeared in 2 games. He has had him before. I guess he just has Crown Jelly has a tough time keeping him alive.
Yetis are hard to keep alive.
Yeah, you kind of have to protect it. Not kind of. You have to protect it a lot more than you do a normal big guy.
All the wild animal big guys die pretty quickly.
Well, because they all have frenzy, so that usually
yeah,
puts them out of position, and then you got to protect them because they're all AV8.
They should bring in the Bloodthirster so you get a wild animal big guy that doesn't just die all the time. It's got armor 9 and regen, so it'll be good. Next game.
Just means...
Oh.
I was just going to say, it just means the first Claw Mighty Blow hit it, takes it, dies, and regen fails.
Yeah, but it also has Claw, and then gets Mighty Blow. The Bloodthirster's actually scary if they get any levels.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they also got the horns, and they start with Juggernaut. But there's a reason why a lot of people say the Bloodthirster is actually the best big guy.
I mean, I don't know. Haven't had the pleasure of playing with Khorne, so they seem like an interesting team.
It's a lot of terrible
frenzy.
At the start. It's a lot of terrible at the start because it's all this frenzy with no block.
Yeah.
On strength 3.
I'm used to playing terrible at the start teams.
Yeah, I know, but you don't have to follow up with your linemen. And then
no, I understand. Again. No, I know.
So next game, Dev Wrestlers Society versus My Dixie Wrecked. Dev Wrestlers win 2-1.
I went both back Draenor because he's been on an upswing recently. Ooh. Actually, for like half the season now.
Even armor breaks.
Even armor breaks, but not the same breaks as Dixie Wrecked when skink hunting.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of skinks getting hurt.
Yeah, and with 3 blitzers with Mighty Blow and Tackle, and he has the...
Croc's lost the armor too.
Yeah. And Asaurus ate it too, but that's just badly hurt.
Oh, I don't care about that. That's nothing. You'll be back again next game.
So, I mean, my Dixie Rect had the pieces to go skink hunting. They did it, but it just seems like it took too long to actually remove them.
Oh, this was a big game changer right here. 1 intercept.
That'll do it too.
Intercepts are always huge. And of course, it was on a Saurus. Saurus always intercept. The player you least expect to intercept will always intercept.
Well, you just gotta roll a 6.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I actually choose my big guys to intercept all the time.
Yeah, because it's almost always the same percentage.
Yeah.
No matter what piece it's on, unless it's an Agi 5 piece that isn't in a tackle zone or something like that. And
Well,
then
Agi 4 is a 5+.
yeah, but usually they might be in a tackle zone, so then it's a 6. But so it's it's always just beneficial.
Kislev are good at intercepting too.
That too, yeah. But again, usually they're in a tackle zone or 2, and so that brings the dice up. So that's what I mean by usually it's always a 6 needed.
Yeah.
So you might as well just go on the big guy, because then it's funny.
Yeah.
Although big guys should get an advantage to intercepting because they are so big.
Yeah, they should just get stuck in my tree's branches.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I mean, not like always. Sometimes you do make it over the tree. But it should be advantage, like a 4+ I intercept.
And also a 4 lizard fireball was thrown and knocked down 3 of them. So that might have been where.
I think that's knocked down 1 of them. Or
no.
No, yeah, you're right. It's the bad thing.
Yeah, it counts as success if your player doesn't get knocked down because you're rolling it as the team getting struck. So that also might have been where the intercept happened. Run in, fireball, run in, pick up the ball, try and pass it out of the way. That gets shut down.
Oof, and diving tackle did nothing this game. Against skinks.
It's just not a good skill.
It's a good skill if you have a lot of it.
That's them. That's the humans dodging away from diving tackle, though.
Oh, that makes more sense. Oh, that's even worse for the humans.
Because they only have 1 diving tackle skink.
Oof. Yeah, try not to dodge from diving tackle.
If you can help it, you can't always help it.
That's true. I recently had a game where I actually tried to get diving tackle to fire.
Or you just completely forget that it's there and then try and dodge away from it. And
no, I was against Kislev. I knew it was happening.
Well, that's your own fault.
Well, no, the problem is I rolled a 6. So the bait didn't work. It was fine, though, because I was just trying to do that to free up an air player, and then he punched that guy and he got out. So it all worked out in the end. Next up, another pretty big game happened. Foul Targets versus Dazed and Confused.
This was the biggest game of the season so far, and definitely of the week, but easily could be the season.
Yeah.
And
Foul Targets wins 1-0.
In more ways than one. Did you actually see this game or able to catch it at all?
No, I missed when it happened.
So, uh, Nurgle receive first half, foul targets, do their usual Wood Elf thing, jump into the cage, get the ball out on like turn 4, and then pick it up, give it to a catcher, they run away, and spend the rest of the first half just stalling and fighting it out. Nurgle really don't get that many removals, but enough. I think they ended up with 3 injuries after the turn 8 LOS blocks because the Wood Elves scored on turn 7. So the Nurgle actually entered the second half up with the Wood Elves receiving. The Nurgle get a blitz, are able to get under the ball, catch the ball, hold down the Wood Elves. For a little bit, they try to stall because they're elves. The Nurgle try and stall because they don't want the Wood Elves to score, but the Wood Elves are able to get the ball free, and they just keep. Once they get the ball free, they just keep running to like midfield and then chucking it to the other side of the pitch. They're not trying to score; they're just trying to play keep away. Essentially, they did that twice. And even then, on turn 16, the Nurgle had a shot to do a whole, essentially run the whole length of the field with, handoff pass play between Rotters and Pestigors. But he failed the 3+ catch on the Pestigor that was in range of scoring even without GFIs. So it could have ended tied if not for a failed 3+. But besides that, yeah.
That's unfortunate, yeah.
But besides that, probably the biggest player in this division died.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, strength 6, Beast of Nurgle. Rolled a 3 die, triple skull. Loner fail into dead.
Jeez, that was a 3 die.
Yeah, 3 die. Trying to hit L drill.
L
3
drill
die.
too.
Loner.
Oh, jeez. This is just getting worse and worse as you go.
Yeah, it's a hard one to take.
Yeah, no, that's just kept getting worse.
A 3 die triple skull is bad enough, but then you say, oh, you were just trying to hit L drill. Oh, that's just more salt in the wound.
It is. Eldro sidelined someone.
Permanently, yeah.
Yeah, that's not. It's supposed to be the other way around.
I actually forget. He lasted a very long time. This was in the second half. This was like midway through the second half, too. So I don't know if he ever got removed.
Oh, yeah, see, this is a game where foul appearance was nothing.
But Tentacle showed up
in
a big way.
I mean, that's why we suggested Eldrill, I think.
That's why
him, yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Just to take off the tentacles.
Yeah, and that's what allowed the Nurgle to kind of stall for a little bit in the second half, because there were like 4 or 5 Wood Elves stuck on the Beast and they couldn't get away. Eventually they did, and that's when the Nurgle lost the ball.
And then the Nurgle died. The Beast died.
Beast died.
Oh, and it's the only loner roll too. Oh.
Yeah. And it's the only failed regen. I mean, it's the only regen rolled.
Oh, this is getting worse.
I told you. You're talking about the Bloodthirster. The only regen fails when you need it to work. It's also the only It's the only Kaz that they inflicted. That the Wood Elves inflicted. I mean, like with a Mighty Blow Dancer, didn't even knock out a Rotter or two.
Oh, I feel bad for these Nurgle.
Team is in still one. He's still in second place, so the season by no means the playoff spot is by no means determined. He took a hit in terms of losing the head-to-head tiebreaker, but he's still Acropolis is still only 1 point behind Jeff in the leaderboard. Beast was a monster of a player, but it's also a little bloaty with strength 6.
On the Beast, I don't think that's bloaty. I mean, he's already got an Air Beast, so that's good at least.
Yeah, and I was gonna say you can easily buy another one. They're good out of the box. They're good for what they need to do. You can make another one. It sucks, but it happens.
I mean, strength up is like on a Beast and Nurgle. I think that's like the few big guys you're like, yeah, just do that.
Without hesitation, usually, yeah, because
there's a bit of hesitation because like block's still really good, but strength 6 tentacles is so much better than strength 5 tentacles.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe this new one will roll strength up in the first level anyway, and so then it doesn't matter.
And last game of the week, Scurry Squad versus Brick and Mortary. 2-1 for Scurry Squad.
Oh, I should say, for that game, you correctly predicted foul targets. I went with the Nurgle.
Nice. Alright, it's all good now.
And with this one, you were also correct by picking the Skaven, because I picked Fiction and his orcs.
It was the Claw, right? Probably. There's 22 armor breaks from the rats.
Yeah, so...
more
well,
deaths?
both vermin got a Kaz. One Kaz, though, and a line rat got a Kaz, and that's it.
That's all you need. When Bash starts going less players, they're very hard.
Yeah, and Fiction lost another orc, another dead orc. Oh, it's only a line orc this time, but still. I think that's 3 straight weeks with a death on his team. He did take out a gutter runner by minus AV injury to cut my life into pieces, which was a wrestle strip ball gutter runner.
You just let that thing ride until it dies then?
No, he's already got rid of it and got a rookie because another gutter in the game leveled, which has 2 heads in wrestle, and so he gave that strip ball. So
right,
now
yeah,
he has
forget that guy.
He has a better sacker.
Alright, forget that guy. Don't ride or die. Just get a new one. I get it. Gutter runners are fast to level.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily need redundancy, especially when one is AV6, but yeah. It's always nice when you lose the piece and able to replace it with the same exact leveled piece, essentially, but slightly better.
Am I... Oh yeah, that super doubles blitzer has jump up. I forgot about that. And he's right there on the MVP. He's got that jump up right there. Yeah, this Storm Vermin though, that is a great player.
3 doubles, yeah. When all that piece really needs is 2 normals, and then it also gets 3 doubles to basically make
The only thing that
the
would make this
the
thing,
dream killer.
the only thing that make this better is if it was a underworld blitzer.
Well, then all that's normals,
Except
except
for
for
the
the
jump
jump
up.
up.
Yeah, so it'd be
Yeah.
cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, like horns is kind of hard to fit onto them because it's like, well, you gotta get the claw first. And if you're taking piling on, you should probably take jump up.
And yeah, the orcs were out removed, and they stayed out with the 6. Not even with the 6 injuries inflicted by the rats, but the KOs were unkind too.
Yeah,
Only
that's really
3 of the
bad.
KOs came back out of all the ones that KO rolls that he rolled. So orcs were just down players. It seems like most of the game, and that's how orcs lose to rats.
Yeah, I think these rats have become like most improved since the start of the season.
Oh yeah, we've talked about it before. Entered at like 1300 TV, and now have added over 330 TV, and are in good shape to hopefully have a good season next season.
Those are just scary rats. On to the leaderboard. So up top is foul targets. I mean, be fair, they've been at the top for a while.
Pretty much all season they've been 1 or 2. Maybe there was a week where they had dropped all the way down to 3, but they've been at the top all season. And the division predictor from Draenor has them at
Well,
just under.
I'll bring that up
Uh,
in a bit. We'll bring that
uh,
up in a bit.
okay, well, they have the best chance, which makes sense because now they have the tiebreaker, the head-to-head tiebreaker over their next closest team, which they still have 1 draw over anyway. But I think Acropolis can still jump up there and just hoping that Jeff loses a game. That's all it, or even ties. If he ties and Acropolis can win, there's a chance.
If you just win every game, you usually make it.
That's my strategy for getting to the playoffs this season.
Just win every game?
Yeah. Or not lose, yeah. And win more than you tie, but that also helps too.
So yeah, as we said before, Gazing Confused, second place. But like a close second, like 1 point away second.
Yeah. So they're by no means out of it yet.
We got Commodious Thunder after that. This is when it's starting to spread out a little more. I mean, Commodious Thunder, Yield Guard, and Jetbuster Society all have the same amount of points.
Yes. On Rebel.net, though, it's actually Yield Guard is in third because they have the TD differential by 1 over Commodious Thunder.
Oof.
And then Draenor is at a +2, so he's actually 3 behind Wolf Ramajax and 4 behind Yield Guard. So Draenor needs to do some work to break that tie.
Yeah, Wolf Ramajax isn't that far behind then.
No, he's 1 touchdown difference behind Yayo.
I mean, to be fair, Chaos Dwarves and Nurgle aren't known for scoring high, though.
No, but if you win your game, you're winning by at least 1.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think Lizards have the ability to score lots of touchdowns in 1 or 2 games, so making up a 3 or 4 TD differential isn't isn't impossible, but I think he's just going to have to try and win out on points rather than rely on tiebreakers to get into a Challengers Cup.
Yeah. And then we got.
Which, oh,
I was just gonna say afterwards we got the Rats both tied.
yeah, Callisti staying in the middle, whereas Scurry Squad has actually kind of been towards the bottom and is moving up over the season.
Actually, I still love. Oh, I totally skipped over Brick and Mortar. Wow, that's insensitive of me. And they're doing pretty good, you know. No draws, but more wins than losses.
Yeah, it's very binary. Either they win or they lose. No middle ground.
If you're not first, you're last. That's why I'm going. That's why I assume his team motto is. Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, but I mean, if you can turn a couple of those losses into ties, you're right up there in the thick of the mess, tied for from third to six. But you know, some seasons are like that. Either you win or you lose.
Yeah, but fiction is Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last. That's his whole. I've decided that's his whole lifestyle now.
Okay, is Callisti the complete antithesis of that?
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Because he likes his.
He just ties constantly. Then after all that, we got Revenge of the Referees. I mean, they took a hit early on, and I guess they just haven't fully recovered from that.
Yeah, it's surprising for a developed Chaos team. They've been, instead of being the punchers, they've been the punching bag really this season.
That happens.
I know they took they took a loss. They lost one of their killer goats in one of the first or second game of the season, but they still had plenty of removal on the team. It's just they've been on the short end of the removal game all season, especially in the other bash matchups. So that happens when you're a bash team.
Then we got My Dixie Wrecked, who's in 10th because of me. I'm sorry.
Classic caster curse.
I'm not even going to pick anyone next season. No one's going to win. Then everyone's going to win.
No, you can't do that.
I'm not just
My picks are doing well.
Lose.
My picks are doing well.
Yeah. And also tied with My Dixie Wrecked is the Elder Statesman, who could be higher. We don't know.
Yeah, I think they definitely would be higher. I think if they had been able to play their games the last few weeks, because if you look at that elf team, it's a pretty scary elf team.
We got a challenging news team, and I feel like they've kind of got the short end of the stick this season. Like, their team also looks pretty good on paper, but it just looks like they get hit wrong or something.
Yeah, and they just don't really. This division has a lot of bash in it, and Bretonians really just aren't meant to really stand up to that. Like, he's got a good team, but not a, like, doesn't really wow you all that much. Like, his knights have one double between them and no stat ups or anything like that. So it's a pretty average but developed Brett team, and it just can't compete really with these more developed teams.
And we got both below at the bottom. I think his team just kind of beat up from the start a bit. If I remember, I think he had some perm. Yeah, he has a lot of perms on the team already.
Yeah, it is. And it's although it's been consistently one of the higher TV teams. Because it's sitting at 11 right now, but usually it's been at 12 or 13. Um, Again, kind of like a lot of Norse coaches, I mean, glass cannon definition of a glass cannon. So if the bash works, it works. If it doesn't, and you get removed in return, you're gonna have a hard time, and that's pretty much what has happened.
Yep. All right, so taking a look at the division predictor. So yeah, foul targets at the top. Just most likely make it to playoffs by a large margin.
Yeah, and I don't know. I get it takes into account schedule and things like that. I don't know how much the last game played into that, because I would think foul targets and Dazed and Confused are closer in percentages of making playoffs because they're separated by 1 point. But I don't know. The Wood Elves do hold a 3 touchdown differential over the Nurgle, so Acropolis is getting that playoff spot by getting more points, not by tiebreakers anyway. So
Yeah, and then we got two Nurgle next up, but like still a huge gap between the two Nurgle on where they're getting it.
although also foul targets does have a bye week in the last week, so that also might be why their percentage is a lot higher, because that's a guaranteed win.
Yeah, I think Dazed and Confused and Yield Guard, and I know the Commodious Thunder have all had their bye weeks already.
Yes, and so has Draenor and
Yeah.
Fiction.
I mean, we're getting close to the end, so most of them have already had their bye weeks.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, if you got like an extra bye week, just saying.
A couple of them did. Do you want to mention here that Rebel.net? Well, there is a discrepancy with Challenger Cup spots. Rebel.net is displaying 1 playoff spot and 2 Challenger Cup spots, but the write-up at the beginning of the season said REL and G-Man 3s get 3 cup spots. So
yeah, I go with the post more.
Yeah, so Commodious Thunder, you have a postseason spot right now. Draenor's just on the outside looking in.
I mean, he can still take it.
Oh yeah, he could.
44% isn't bad. That's like just worse than a coin flip.
Yeah, I mean, Draenor, Wolfram Ajax, Yayo, they all have the same record, which is why they all have this close to the same percentage of getting those spots. So it's just going to come down to who can win their games, or who. I know that just sounded really stupid, but you know, if you win, you control your own destiny. You don't have to rely on other people.
Yeah, so it's mostly just like how our word leaderboard recap went, but just kind of unfortunate to bring up, but Oathblow has no chance of a postseason. Most of you will get to that point, but I mean he's the first.
Yeah, most of them are at that point, but
Just
without.
because you're out of postseason, doesn't mean you can't ruin someone else's. So that's what you should strive for. That's what you should do. Foul their best players.
Don't do that.
Or just win. That also ruins their playoff chances.
That would have a lot more effect on their team, on their chances than just killing their team.
I mean, if you kill their team, they have a hard chance in the playoffs.
But they still probably make the playoffs.
You can ruin people's playoffs. That's all you gotta do now. If you're not going to playoffs, ruin someone else's playoffs.
Oh, I will say, looking at briefly, just scanning through the rest of the schedule, the bottom of the table will have a say in who makes the playoffs and the Challenger Cup spots.
It's good. All right, let's take a look at next week now. Next week, my Dixie Rec gets their bye week. Where's that team? So who can level from this bye week? Couple blitzers can do it. Lights Out and Mike Hunt.
Two catchers can.
Yep.
And then
lineman
four. The block dauntless lineman could, and then 3 unskilled linemen could, with the MVP and a touchdown.
Yep. So hopefully it lands on like your blitzers.
Yeah, blitzers are catchers, minus the legend one turning catcher.
Yeah, you usually don't want your legends to get MVP. You might want your on their way.
Not
to
on
legends.
A bye week.
You might want your on the way to legends players to get it, but not your legend players. Next up is the Elder Statesman versus Dazed and Confused. So Elder Statesmen are back.
Yep.
And the
reward is the top Nurgle team. Have fun. Yeah.
Yeah, the elves aren't going to get much back. They're not going to get much inducements this game.
Yeah, I'm going to say, all you teams that have level ups, take your level ups by the end of the week, so we can accurately assess your teams.
And also judge you.
Yes, for your levels.
Although we can't suggest levels.
Yeah, but it's hard to know what they got. I mean, I assume because they didn't just jump on them that they're normals. You know, they're not stats, because I would assume they would have been taken without hesitation.
I mean, if this blitzer got doubles, given Mighty Blow or guard, you could give him guard. You got no guard. And you got a wrestle dodge. I don't know what to give him. I didn't realize the elves live that long.
You could go tackle. You could go another leaper. You could go strip ball.
No, he's got a good amount of tackle.
Yeah, and then Nurgle really don't have dodge. But,
yeah.
I mean, that's just a general player build. You could do... you could throw tackle on there and make it a backup sacker. You could throw wrestle on there and make it essentially a Kislev lineman.
Wrestle. He's already got wrestle.
Yeah.
Did you mean leap then?
Yes. Yes, sorry. Throw leap on there. Make it a secondary sacker. Yeah, Acropolis is Dazed and Confused, only has one dodge, and it's on the ball carrier. So the elves are going to get, what, 70k in inducements plus their bank, which is 150, I believe, if they want to use it. So
Well,
they
they're
could
gonna
get
get 170/40, not counting the 2 levels, which you'll probably take. So we'll get 90k, assuming they're normals. So I mean, you could get the wizard. You could scum out a wizard.
Yeah, they'd have to use some of their bank, but they could get it if they wanted.
I'd scum out a wizard.
It depends on if you're really playing this to win, or if you're playing to survive, or
no, you gotta play to ruin their playoff chance.
Yeah, some people play that way, some people don't. I think it's worth probably getting the wizard because I want to win, but I can also understand it's late in the season. You're not going to the postseason, so survive for next season. So I completely understand that thinking too right now. But I'm gonna back Acropolis. I have been pretty much all season.
I think for this game, I'll also back Acropolis. His Nurgle are pretty scary.
Yeah, and it's Nurgle, so they have the standard built-in elf, anti-agi, anti-passing, stuff. You know, they do have enough tackle to deal with the dodge on the elves, and 4 mighty blow, so they could easily get removals potentially, and 2 dirty players. So I'm gonna go with Nurgle.
Next up, we got Channel 8 News Team versus Brick and Mortary. Channel 8 News Team, what do they look like right now? They look pretty beat up.
They are beat to shit. They lost a peasant last game. They're gonna be down their.
I think they also lost.
They're gonna be. They were.
A blocker.
I believe they were only running 3 that game, but I could be wrong. It might have got permed. I do know a peasant just flat out died.
And Fiction's team. Wait, am I thinking of the right team?
Oh yeah, a blocker did get AV busted, so he fired it. And he's down his Mighty Blow Knight, so his removal capability is going to be severely impacted.
And all Fiction's missing for next game is a Black Orc with block and Mighty Blow.
Well, that would have been nice to have. Hitting peasants. That puts both teams on 11 players.
Yeah,
and exactly 3-10 apart.
Yeah, and one's got more Mighty Blow. And Guard.
How much is Griff?
He's a lot. He's in the 300, so he won't be able to get Griff.
Well, he can get up to 320 because he's got 10k in the bank. For what?
Yeah, he's more than 320.
He's more than 320?
Yeah,
okay.
He's the second most expensive star player.
Oh, so like 340 then?
I think he's like maybe 380.
Oh, really?
He might be. I gotta look this up. I know Griff is good, but he's so expensive I don't think to buy him often. Griff is...
320. 320.
No, Griff's gotta be more expensive than that.
That's 320. That's what I thought. So he could get him if he used all his inducements and his 10k in the bank.
I think that's worth it, because it's only 10k. Play some Griff Ball.
Yeah. Is that better than Bribes a Wizard?
I think so. He doesn't have, like, any dirty player.
Yeah, but you could induce more peasants, or induce a dirty player peasant.
Yeah, I think Griff's, if you're playing to win, I think Griff is the way to go.
I think Fiction has the edge in this one, though. Just with the high armor.
Yeah, I think
of...
Fiction's gonna win, but whoops. Oh, why did I do that? That's the wrong way to go.
You're gonna make this a conditional, aren't you?
No, I'm not making this conditional. I accidentally just backed out of the thing. I do think Griff is the best way to win, but I still think Fiction is gonna win.
Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna do one of your patented conditional wins, meaning, oh, if he takes Griff, you're gonna go with Woo. If he doesn't, you're gonna go with Fiction.
If he takes Griff, he's got a better chance of winning. That's all.
Yeah. I could see that. But I just think the Bretonians don't have enough Agi to play an Agi game, and definitely not enough Bash to go toe-to-toe with Armor 9.
Well, that's why you get Griff, because he'll do both.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you on that point.
But yeah, I think Fiction.
So do I. And we know because it's a Fiction game that it's going to either be a win or a loss. There's going to be no ties.
Oh, wait, hang on a sec. Oh, no, okay. It was at Fiction Stadium, then Griff's even cheaper.
Yeah, no, it's at the Brett Stadium.
That's fine. It's probably a boring thing anyways. Yeah. Squid Sandwich Kiosk. Get original, people.
Can't all do Nuffle's Altar.
If he did Nuffle's Altar, he could have got Griff.
He can still get Griff.
He can get Griff without spending his bank.
His whole 10k.
Yeah. You're gonna feel real silly if he's 10k away from a blocker after this game.
I don't think he'd care if he won the game.
Alright, next up is the Commodious Thunder versus Scurry Squad. And, I mean, if I'm the Commodious Thunder, I'm scared in this game, to be honest.
With what those vermin did the last game?
Yeah, with Stormy Daniel. That guy's scary.
And even Strum Waffle too. I mean, he has claw, so
yeah,
doesn't have the mighty blow to go with it, but
the mighty blows.
That's still scary. Yeah.
And the rats are getting money for this game too.
$100K even.
Yeah, perfect amount for a bribe, so they foul anyone that the Stormy Daniel doesn't kill. They got a dirty player, right? They don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say no, they don't.
Oh, but they got
Wolf Ramajax.
Kick's really good too.
Yeah, but it doesn't help you foul. That's the wrong foot.
Yeah, no, it helps against the Chorfs. I think I'm actually gonna go with Scurry Squad. I think Stormy Daniel is gonna be the scariest player here. Although I know Wolf Ramajax is likely to foul.
Do you not see Lemony Aspen twist? Claw, Mighty Blow, jump up, piling on.
Yeah, but that Claw's bloat.
Not versus Vermin.
That Claw doesn't do anything when you're on the ground.
But he's got jump up.
No, I mean Stormy Daniel. When Stormy Daniel's on the ground, Claw doesn't do anything.
Okay, well then you come along with Lavender Foggy Root and kick it in the head.
No, I've already made my mind. Skaven are winning this one. Wolf Ramajax already disappointed me last week.
Ouch. Although I forgot to say, he did take the star player you were yelling about.
All right, I changed my mind. Commodious Thunder wins now. If he took Hathrak the Unstoppable, then
that was last week, though. It's not this week. He's not getting that this week.
Yeah, I know, but I missed that he got Hathrak the Unstoppable. Hathark the Unstoppable, yeah. Who I'm pretty sure didn't get stopped that game. The rest of the team did. Alright. Wolf Ramajax from choice of taking Hathrak.
He actually scored a touchdown, so no, he didn't get stopped.
Yeah. So for doing that, I've bumped you up to winning now. You beat the Skaven now.
Then I'll back the Skaven. I was gonna take the Chorfs, damn it.
Well, you shouldn't have reminded me that he took the Unstoppable.
I thought it would be funny.
I think it is funny.
And that it actually did a thing, because it did score a touchdown. But, on a serious note, I could really see it going either way.
I can too. That's why it was so easy to convince me to switch.
I think that if Wolf Ramajax really wants to go to the postseason, he's got to win this game.
Yes.
So he is playing with that added bonus pressure, incentive, whatever you want to call it. So I do think I would lean more towards him, but I think the Rats can pull it off as well. So I'll go with them.
All right, next game, Revenge of the Referees versus Foul Targets. I think, like, no offense, I think the easy choice to pick is Foul Targets, though.
Yes. They're at 18. Are the Wood Elves actually gonna...
Yeah, they're gonna get 40k inducements with a 10k extra bank.
Yeah.
So...
Probably doesn't mean a wizard from them, though.
I mean, look at all this bloat, though, on the chaos, though. All this claw. That's just bloat.
Or what you need to kill a tree, but...
No,
yeah.
You're wasting your time if you try to kill a tree. No, it's a fact. If you're spending all your time trying to kill a tree, You're just giving the elves a chance to score.
I just said that to trigger you. I'm gonna go with the Wood Elves as well.
I didn't say I was going to go with the Wood Elves. I just said that was the easy choice.
Oh well,
But
it is the easy choice.
But I'm also going to go with the easy choice.
I mean, I picked Jeff to win the division, so can't back out. Now, the Chaos have tons of Mighty Blow. Oh, 4. But only 2 tackle.
Yeah.
Only one of those is Mighty Blow tackle. And
They
there's
both
a
have
lot.
Agi up. Oh, no. Whoops. Never mind. Ignore that. Ignore
He's essentially got an Agi up ball carrier because it's got extra arms and 2 heads and big hands, so it picks up on a 2+ in tackle zones with a reroll.
I'm trying to think of like an Agi thing that Beastman can do. Leap. But he doesn't have leap. That's the one thing that'd be different. Oh, and passing.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I think it's just the bloat from the claw in this game. Lack of tackle. I think that's gonna just put the Wood Elves over the edge.
Yeah.
And don't focus on the tree. I just gotta bring that up. If you want a chance of winning, don't focus on the tree.
But also earlier you said just kill the bottom of the table teams when they're facing the top of the table teams, which is this is the second one of these games this week. You should just kill their players. So what's better than killing a tree?
Killing a War Dancer.
Well, you got to catch the War Dancer first.
Yeah.
Tree is a lot bigger and slower moving target than War Dancer.
Yeah, but Wood Elves don't care about the trees, really.
That's true.
They just care that it's there. If it gets levels, well, that's great. But, like, to Wood Elves, a rookie tree is as good as a leveled tree.
I don't deny that. I think it is. And I went through 3 of them in 2 seasons.
So, yeah. Foul targets wins. That's the prediction for both of us. Alright. Next game is Yield Guard versus Dead Wrestler Society. This is pretty important, right?
Yeah, this is very important.
Yeah,
These 2 teams are tied on points for Challengers Cup spots. So, right now, Draenor is on the outside looking in for the postseason.
Yeah,
but with a win.
This is not the game he wants to lose, and based on what happened last game, I think he might lose this game. He's down his Crocs and he's down his Agi up Skink.
Yeah.
I'd say
I don't.
I think fire your Crocs and get a new one actually for this game.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that it's an AV busted Crocs. It's 1 SPP away from leveling, but you have the money to replace it. I would just get it replaced now because you're gonna need that strength for this game.
Yeah, I'd say fire this Crocs. Guard. I mean, it sucks to lose guard, but you're not gonna have that guard this game anyways.
Yeah, and he does only Yayo only has 2 claw. One on a Mighty Blow Frenzy block, Pestigore the other on a warrior that just has block and no Mighty Blow, so
Yeah, I remember we
the
kept
odds of
criticizing that last week, that claw.
because it's an odd one to get, but he was
Well, I mean, hang on. I just got to check something for future weeks.
he that week last week he faced Commodious Thunder, now he's facing Lizards. So I understand why he took it. It's just not what you usually do. That's all.
Yeah, I think Yield Guard's gonna win this game though. Well, hang on.
Because after this week, he's got Rats, then Bretts, and then Humans. So mostly AV8, AV17 after these two. But I understand taking Claw for last week and this coming week. It will be important. If Draenor gets the Crocs, it's 140, right?
Oh. Okay, hang on. So even if he gets the Crocs, Draenor can still get Silly Billy.
Yeah, he's gonna get. Well, Yayo has 40.
Yeah, that's not
gonna,
big enough of a factor to stop Silly Billy.
He's gonna get 460 in inducements, so yeah, he can easily get Sibling.
Yeah, get Silly Billy. Yo, frankly, I'm not sure about what else Lizardmen get for star players other than Silly Billy.
It's a bunch of different skinks.
Probably none of them are special, so forget them. Just get Silly Billy. Probably
Yeah.
Wizard.
You know, there's the stabbing one. There's the leaping pass block one.
Oh, that's gonna be useful. That was sarcasm.
I mean, helmet.
I don't think Helmet's good in this matchup.
Yeah. Morgan Thorg. Sibley. Wizard.
Yeah, I think that's what we need there.
And then
Sibley, Wizard.
And then Babes, I think, is all you can have after that.
No, he's gotta get an Apothecary. Because that way he'll only get KO'd.
That I think then eats into... Because he's only going to have 60k left in the bank if he buys the...
Yeah, sure. Which I still say, I'd say like 100% do that now. Do that now. I think if you get like one more level on this thing, you're gonna fall into sunk cost fallacy. I think it's better to just get rid of this Crux now.
Oh yeah, no, you can't. He's not worth keeping on AV8. No.
Not when you can just straight up replace him. But after all that, I do think Eagle Guard's gonna win. I think they just have like the numbers advantage. Well, they only got one tackle.
Yeah, it's on their sacker, so there's not even block to go with it. So it's gonna be hard hitting those skanks. He does have poor man's tackle with the frenzy mighty blow block.
I think I'm gonna go with Yield Guard. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Yield Guard. I think this can be close up with Silly Billy though. You'll have equal amounts of guard, but 2 of that guard is on rotters, and one of those rotters is nickeled.
Yeah. I think this is gonna be close, and I don't know why, but I'm leaning towards Draenor.
That's very uncharacteristic with you.
Yeah, I know. Usually I go for the Nurgle no matter what, but with a fresh Crocs and Sibley, so 7 Sorai and the Crocs, plus the few skinks that he has.
I mean, it's also 5 guard on. Sorry, it'd be 6 guard. On 7 Saurus.
Yeah, and the lack of tackle on with Mighty Blow, and only 2 claw pieces, only one of which has the Mighty Blow to go with it. I think this Nurgle is going to be lacking a little the removal to deal with these lizards. So I'm going to go with Draenor.
I'm still going to stick with Yield Guard. But again, I do think this will be a very close game. Which is good because it's an important game.
Yeah.
I want those really important games to be real nail-biters on who's going to win.
And I think it will be. I think this will be a close fought game.
Then last game, Lords of Decay versus Oathblow. Yeah, Oathblow just hasn't had the best season. I do think it has to do with a lot of the injuries he has, though.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that is just movement, though.
Which is going to be really bad against Skaven.
Yes. And the level up is still on that 30-player lineman to be taken, so...
I kind of want to say fired.
Gonna get 50k if you keep it in inducements.
Oh wait, he gets 50k?
Oathblow does, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know, I know it's shocking that a Skaven team with 3 legends on it might be a bit, high TV.
You know, I was thinking he was at the same level as Scurry Squad. That's what I was thinking there. I mixed up their team value for some reason.
I'm gonna go with Callisti.
I mean, 3 legend gutter runners are hard to say no to.
Yeah. And the 2 killer vermin.
And like the natural 1-turner.
You can just stop at 3 legend gutter runners, really. I mean, you're against a relatively slow...
What would you have to take on a gutter runner that gets a legend for it to not be that threatening?
Nothing, because if it's lived that long, it's got at least one stat up and or 1 double.
You never
so
know.
They're all scary. Normals. Yeah, but the odds are that it's got at least
and then what if
one
it
of
gets
those
like
things.
Kick and dirty player and pass block?
Why are you giving a gutter runner kick and pass block?
Well, kick might be because you don't have any linemen left. It's kind of like what you give to Wood Elf catcher's kick.
I would only do that if I absolutely needed it.
Like, I'm just trying to find a way to make gutter runners at legend not as scary.
I don't think you can. Is my point.
All right. Well, we both picked Callisti because 3 legend gutter runners.
And you pointed out, like, Oathblow has a handful of injuries, and all but one of them are movement buffs. So it's gonna be really hard keeping up with the rats.
Yep.
And even keeping them in front of you, they're just gonna, even without the movement 10 ones, they can all just run circles around you.
Yep. Alright, so that's your guys' week. Go out, play your games. This time everybody can play their game, probably. I'm not gonna jump ahead actually. Just play your games.
Well, my Dixie Wreck can't play their game.
No, they're playing their game just without being there. Alright, go out, play your games. See you guys next week.
See.